The Philadelphia Eagles are entering this wild card matchup with a distinct edge, and it goes far beyond sheer talent or tactical schemes. While the San Francisco 49ers have endured a season riddled with injuries, the Eagles have successfully maintained the health of almost every key player, allowing them to approach the postseason at full strength. Looking at the numbers, Philadelphia boasts 21 of 22 starters from opening day ready to compete, a remarkable feat in a league where durability is often as important as skill. This consistency has been built through careful planning, strategic rest periods, and the guidance of Nick Sirianni and the Eagles' medical team, creating a roster that is in peak condition at the perfect time. The contrast with San Francisco is glaring, as the 49ers have faced ongoing roster disruptions that inevitably shape their performance and strategy. San Francisco's struggles with injuries under Kyle Shanahan are well known since Shanahan took the helm in 2017. The 49ers have repeatedly ranked among the league's most injury-prone teams, even during the 2023 season, when they reached the Super Bowl and nearly overcame the Kansas City Chiefs in overtime. Injuries limited their depth and forced constant adjustments. Despite these setbacks, the Niners have demonstrated resilience and the ability to achieve impressive results. Their accomplishments reflect strong leadership and a culture that adapts to adversity. Yet the ongoing injury challenges cannot be overlooked when evaluating their postseason prospects. The Eagles, by contrast, have approached health management with scientific precision, integrating tailored practice regimens, monitoring player workload, and emphasizing recovery strategies to ensure the roster remains strong when it matters most. It is important to acknowledge that success is not achieved by hoping for an opponent's misfortune. The 49ers remain a respected franchise with a proud history of Super Bowl appearances and consistent competitive excellence. Kyle Shanahan's coaching acumen is undeniable, and San Francisco's ability to succeed amid adversity highlights the team's adaptability and preparation. Nevertheless, the difference in philosophy regarding player health is striking. Philadelphia's roster is a model of consistency and well-being, benefiting from practices that emphasize prevention, proper conditioning, and strategic rest. This approach has paid dividends in recent seasons, allowing the Eagles to enter critical games with nearly all starters available, a luxury that has often made the difference between an early playoff exit and a deep postseason run. The decision to rest starters in the final week of the regular season was another strategic move, reflecting this philosophy. After a Super Bowl winning campaign and a condensed offseason, the coaching staff prioritized peak performance over short-term results. Giving players the opportunity to recover fully was a calculated step to ensure that the team could enter the postseason rested, focused, and prepared to exploit every advantage. That preparation is now evident as Philadelphia faces a 49ers squad struggling with depth, injuries, and last-minute roster adjustments. The health advantage allows the Eagles to deploy a versatile, high-speed offense capable of exploiting mismatches both in the passing game and on the ground, creating scenarios that are difficult for the 49ers to counter. One clear example of the challenges San Francisco faces is their linebacker situation. Injuries have forced the team to bring in new players, including former Eagles linebacker Kaiser White, whose addition underscores the lack of continuity on defense. White, who recorded 137 tackles with the Arizona Cardinals last season, joins a unit already stretched thin, alongside veteran Eric Kendricks and Curtis Robinson, a player more accustomed to special teams than complex coverage responsibilities. This patchwork group creates vulnerabilities in the middle of the field, an area that Philadelphia's offense, led by Jalen Hurts, has exploited with precision. The Eagles have thrived on crossing routes and intermediate patterns, generating explosive plays by combining timing, athleticism, and play design to put pressure on mismatched defenders. The contrast in team philosophies further defines this matchup. The 49ers maintain an intense, physically demanding approach to practice, which builds toughness but contributes to the wear and tear that has historically plagued their roster. The Eagles have pursued a more balanced and methodical approach, blending scientific insights into training, nutrition, and recovery with careful monitoring of player workloads. This methodology extends beyond theory. It translates directly into performance on game day. Philadelphia's players can execute consistently and maintain a high level of play even late in games, while San Francisco's personnel is often forced to manage fatigue, minor injuries, and limited preparation time with newly integrated teammates. Philadelphia's offensive game plan is poised to exploit these weaknesses. The running game, led by Miles Sanders and the supporting backs, can capitalize on over-pursuing and misaligned linebackers, creating openings for significant gains. The passing game benefits equally, as Hurts' mobility and accuracy allow him to target intermediate and crossing routes that stretch the field horizontally. Receivers like Devonta Smith and tight end Dallas Goedert provide multiple options in the middle and outside, creating opportunities for explosive plays that directly test the 49ers' depleted linebacker cores. With defenders forced to react to both the run and the pass, Philadelphia can dictate the tempo and flow, taking advantage of mismatches created by injuries and limited cohesion on the opposing side. Offensive line stability amplifies this advantage. With Lane Johnson anchoring a cohesive and healthy front, the Eagles can integrate complex run and pass schemes without hesitation. This protection allows Hurts to scan the field, make calculated decisions, and deliver precise throws, turning strategic play designs into high-efficiency results for the 49ers. Facing a well-protected, healthy quarterback presents a problem. The Eagles can maintain rhythm and sustain drives, creating scoring opportunities while keeping San Francisco off balance. This combination of preparation, depth, and tactical awareness gives Philadelphia a clear edge as they enter this critical postseason contest, reinforcing the impact of meticulous health management and planning over the course of a long NFL season. Philadelphia's defensive unit enters this matchup with the same level of preparedness and discipline that has defined the team throughout the season. The secondary is particularly well-positioned to take advantage of the 49ers' weakened linebacker cores, creating opportunities to disrupt passing lanes and force mistakes. Veteran cornerbacks and versatile safeties can disguise coverages and adjust on the fly, while exploiting the limited cohesion among San Francisco's defenders. This adaptability is critical in a playoff setting, where in-game adjustments often determine outcomes. The Eagles' defenders have shown time and again that they can read offensive schemes, anticipate tendencies, and make game-changing plays when the stakes are highest, a capability that will be even more pronounced against a team struggling with depth and last-minute roster additions. Special teams, often overlooked, could play a decisive role in this contest. Field position, coverage units, and return opportunities may seem minor, but they can create momentum swings that impact the game significantly. The Eagles have consistently emphasized disciplined, reliable special teams, ensuring that every aspect of play is maximized. In a matchup against an opponent operating with a thin roster, a well-timed punt return or critical coverage stop could shift the psychological balance in Philadelphia's favor. Even consistent kicking and strategic field position management become crucial in tight playoff games, offering subtle but tangible advantages that complement the team's health and depth superiority. The Eagles' preparation extends far beyond X's and O's, encompassing every element of player wellness, mental focus, and adaptability during the game. Nick Sirianni's approach combines careful management of practice intensity, personalized nutrition, and structured recovery protocols, ensuring players peak precisely when needed. This meticulous planning allows Philadelphia to enter playoff matchups with nearly every starter available, rested, and ready to execute their assignments with confidence. The result is a team that operates cohesively, trusts in each player's role, and can capitalize on every advantage presented by an opponent forced to cope with injuries and roster instability. San Francisco's challenges are particularly evident when examining their defensive alignments and recent personnel changes. New additions like Kaiser White, brought in to fill gaps at linebacker, must integrate quickly and operate at peak efficiency despite limited practice together. This lack of continuity can result in exploitable gaps in both run and pass defense, as communication and timing suffer under the pressure of postseason competition. The Eagles' coaching staff has clearly identified these vulnerabilities and is likely to craft plays that probe the middle of the field, create mismatches, and capitalize on defensive indecision. Jalen Hurts' ability to read defenses in real time, combined with the athletic versatility of his receiving cores, ensures Philadelphia can attack these weaknesses methodically and effectively. The balance between passing and rushing attacks is central to Philadelphia's strategy. Against a 49ers team with linebackers struggling to cover ground, the Eagles' running backs can exploit over-pursuing defenders, open lanes, and accelerate through gaps. Meanwhile, the passing game remains a constant threat, with crossing routes and intermediate patterns designed to pull linebackers and safeties out of position. Receivers like Devonta Smith provide exceptional separation after the catch, while tight end Dallas Goedert adds a reliable target in the middle. Forcing defenders to account for multiple threats simultaneously, this balanced approach prevents San Francisco from focusing on a single player or route concept, creating the conditions for sustained drives and explosive scoring opportunities. Offensive line cohesion remains a cornerstone of Philadelphia's advantage. With the unit healthy and anchored by experienced veterans, Hurts can operate with confidence, making precise throws and executing complex blocking schemes. The protection allows the Eagles to maintain offensive rhythm, keep defenses guessing, and convert both short yardage and explosive plays. For San Francisco, facing a stable, well-coordinated offensive line poses a challenge that magnifies the impact of their depleted roster. This stability directly translates into field control, time of possession, and scoring potential, all critical elements in the high-stakes environment of a wild-card matchup. Philadelphia's ability to read and respond to in-game situations is another critical factor. The team's defenders can disguise coverages, anticipate route adjustments, and create turnovers that shift momentum instantly. Injuries within the 49ers lineup force hesitation and errors, which Philadelphia can exploit through precise execution and aggressive play calling. The combination of preparation, athletic ability, and situational awareness allows the Eagles to maintain control of the game flow, dictating tempo, and forcing the opposition to react rather than act. This level of strategic dominance is amplified by the health and readiness of every player on the field. Jalen Hurts' dual threat capabilities are essential to this game plan. His comfort in the pocket, paired with the ability to extend plays with his legs, challenges the 49ers' already thin defensive front. Timing routes to receivers like Smith and Goedert, combined with calculated runs or designed quarterback plays, adds layers of complexity that San Francisco may struggle to counter. Every snap becomes an opportunity to create mismatches, test defensive discipline, and exploit gaps caused by injury-related substitutions. The Eagles' coaching staff can vary concepts and formations, ensuring that every adjustment in real time puts pressure on a defense, trying to find cohesion amid constant change. FlyEaglesFly News Family Smash subscribe and hit like. Your support keeps the freshest Philadelphia Eagles updates flying in. Drop your take in the comments and let's talk birds. Lane Johnson's name was missing from the list, and inside the Eagles' orbit that silence has been louder than any press conference. Officially, nothing dramatic has been acknowledged. Unofficially, the absence has triggered a wave of whispers that point to a situation far more complex than a routine personnel decision. Around the league, executives and scouts are treating it less like a footnote and more like a warning sign that something is shifting in Philadelphia. The first layer of speculation revolves around health, but not in the conventional sense. Sources close to the organization hint that this is not about a simple injury designation or load management. Instead, there is talk of a lingering physical issue combined with long-term concerns, the kind teams rarely discuss openly because it reshapes depth charts, contract planning, and even leadership dynamics. Johnson has long been a pillar of stability, and pillars don't disappear quietly unless there is real uncertainty behind the scenes. Then there is the locker room angle, which makes the situation feel heavier. The Eagles have been navigating internal tension, and veterans are often the first to feel the strain. Some insiders suggest Johnson's absence reflects broader friction between expectations and reality, a symptom of a roster under pressure and a coaching staff searching for control. In that context, leaving him off the list may be less about one player and more about an organization wrestling with its identity. Contractual intrigue only adds fuel to the rumor mill. Johnson's standing, his value, and the future financial commitments tied to him are all being quietly reassessed. According to league chatter, teams do this all the time. But when it involves a cornerstone player, the ripples are impossible to hide. The Eagles' front office is known for calculated moves, and calculated silence can be part of the strategy. What makes this moment feel like a true crisis is not just Johnson's absence, but the lack of clarity surrounding it. Fans are left reading between the lines. Analysts are connecting dots that may or may not exist, and the organization is allowing the mystery to breathe. Whether this turns out to be precaution, transition, or the early sign of a deeper unraveling, one thing is clear: Lane Johnson not making the list is not a small story. It is a crack that suggests the Eagles are facing questions they can no longer easily deflect. That's a wrap from FlyEaglesFly News. If you want the fastest Eagles updates, subscribe. Drop a like and turn on the bell. Sound off in the comments. Let's talk birds.